Now that means I can spin. So let's go on this and spin. See, we got one gem. So now the spin button disappears because I already claimed, and I'll have to wait in a whole new day until I can claim again. Welcome back, guys, to a new Roblox Studio tutorial. Today we're going to be doing a wheel spin tutorial as suggested in the Discord server. So wheel spin is self-explanatory. You spin a wheel and the prize that the pointer points at will be awarded to the player. And this wheel spin will act as a daily reward, which is what most games do anyways. Where you wait 24 hours until you can spin again. So what I did, of course you need a wheel, like a fortune wheel image. I made my own from scratch, as you can see here. So I have different rewards like coins and gems. You can also add like items if you want, but that will go beyond the scope. That'll go beyond the scope of the video. So as you can see, I have 4 equal sections. It's crucial to understand how much. It's crucial to know how big your sections are. So you know, also can determine what the prize will be when the player spins the wheel. So since I have 4 equal sections, each section will be 90 degrees because 360 degrees, which is the entire circle, divided by 4 is 90. So if you had like 8, for example, each section will be 45. And if you had 3, for example, each slice would be 120 degrees. But yeah, so this just to let you know, this is important to know how big each slices are. Obviously, if you have slices of different sizes, that will also be a bit different, but you'll still need to know how big each slice is. And second thing also, for the wheel image, make sure like this vertical line here is perpendicular to the center. So you kind of don't want it to be rotated like this, since it's not going to be calibrated as well. So make sure it's like this, so it's easier to measure. So I already have this saved. So let's go back and let's actually add this image. So let's go to start UI and make a frame. Well, let's make a screen UI first, and then a frame. All right, and then let's make this 0.5 size, 0.50 0.50 like this. Let's make the anchor point 0.5 0.5 and the position 0.50 0.50 like this. Now let's add a UI aspect ratio constraint, and now let's make this visible. Then we can add a image label. Let's make this size of this 1010 like this, and I think that should be it. We're gonna also add the UI aspect ratio constraint, just because why not? Wheel. So this is gonna be the actual wheel. So in this image, what you'll do is you'll upload your own image. I already have mine uploaded. I think you need to publish this in order to upload decals. But whatever, I already have my own, so paste this in here like that. Make the background transparency 1. There you go. So now we have this, and let's make a pointer. Let's actually copy this. Let's call this pointer. Then let's make this like small. Like right here. This looks good. And then let's search up like a triangle. Which one did I use? This one, I think. Then let's make this image of the pointer, this triangle. We might want to rotate this 180 degrees like that. Let's push it in a bit, so 0.08 like that. Actually, no, this is a size, sorry. Let's do 0. This 0.5, 0, then 0.01. Okay, no, that's too far. Hold a second. Let's make the anchor point 0.5, and this should be a bit better. And then let's push it a bit down. 0.05. This is good. And then let's make this color like yellow. This is good. Actually, let's push this back up a little bit. Okay, this is good enough. I like this. I don't like this yellow. There you go. You know what? We might just wanna, let's just make this. All right, let's make it red. All right. I think that's good enough. So this is the pointer and this is the wheel. So we can add a spin spin button. So let's do a text button. Let's name this spin. And then let's do some stuff here. Let's add a UI corner. Make this green. Make the text white. Put this down here. Let's actually make the anchor point 0.5, 0.5. And the position 0.50. And then 1.10. Like that. This is good enough. Then let's make the size scaled. So 0.2, then 0.2 again. This is 2. No, I don't like this. Okay, let's make this thinner. All right, this looks good enough. Now let's make another button for the, put this outside, and this will just be for the opening. Oops. To open the wheel, a GUI. So let's call this open, and then text will be wheel spin or spin wheel. Okay. Now let's put this at the edge of the screen. Okay, where is this? Oops, I put this, bring this up here. All right. Then obviously we're gonna make this smaller, so like this, okay. And then we're gonna make this blue. Like this. This looks nice. All right, so we're gonna make a simple script here. Local main frame equal script.parent frame. The script.parent.parent.frame. Actually, before this, let's do a button variable equal script.parent. There you go. Button.parent.frame. Okay. All right. So button.mouse button want to click connect function. No, you don't need anything here. Then mainFrame.visible. Well, not mainFrame.visible. I could make a tween for this, but I'm too lazy. We don't really want to care. We don't really care about this at the moment. Okay, so now we have this. We have all of this. So let's actually just test this out. We're not gonna publish it right now. But yeah, so this works. It's gonna be invisible by default, but we need to work on this anyways. So, anyways, let's actually get to the main script, the beef of it all. So let's call this spin handler. All right. So first thing we need, let's do some variables. So local, let's do wheel, local wheel, script.parent dot, and then this will be the wheel. Local mainframe, wheel.parent. All right. Now to spin this, what I'm gonna do is use a tween, and it will be around like 3 seconds. So it spins and spins and spins until it reaches the end. So we're gonna use tween service for this. Local sts equals tween game get service tween service, and then ti is tween info. So tween info.new. So the first is the time. We're gonna make this 3 seconds long. You can make it long if you want. For the spin to end. Easing style, you know the easing style, and then you can choose which one you want. So I'm just gonna stick with sign because I don't know, why not? Enum that using direction should be out. So the reason why is because you kind of want it to start fast and then end slowly, because that's kind of how the wheel spin like acts. And that's pretty much all we need. All right, this is nice. So main that visible equals false. It's gonna be the visibility. We're not gonna see this when you first start. So the player has to click on this button so it appears. All right. So now let's start with the actual prizes. Right. We have 100 coins, 15 gems, 35 coins, 1 gem. So this will be all the different prizes. So what we're going to do, we're going to make a dictionary, and we're going to store each prize as its own section. So we're going to have like the red section, the green section, the blue section, and the orange section. We're going to store the information, so how much rewards, what the rewards are, and how much are they, and also how big they are. Like I said before, we need to know how big. Well, it's an important part. You do need to know how big the slices are. So each will be, this was easy. Each one will be 90 degrees. But yeah, you'll see why it's important. So let's do local prizes. All right, so let's start with the red prize. Red prize. So let's do price equals, so if I check this, it's coins, will be 100 coins. Coins. And the amount will be 100. Okay, now the angle. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna start from here. This will be 0, and then we're gonna be counting each one right here. So each section will have its own range. The first section will be from 0 to 90. Then, or I think 1 to 90, yeah, 1 to 90. And then this one will be from 91 to 180. We're adding 90 each time. And then 181 to 270. And then 271 to 360, or 0 basically, but it's 360. So each section will have its own range, and we will choose a random number which is in between from 0 to 360, or 1 to 360. And that's how basically we can choose a random section. All right, so we're gonna make a new number range. So we'll call this location equals number range dot new, and this will be from 1 to 90. And this is basically the same thing for all the other sections. So we can also make another one for size, but it doesn't really matter because we're not going to really use this. So we can do like size equals 90, which is the distance between 0 and 90, obviously. But it's not going to be used, so you just need to know how big the sizes are. So you keep on adding from this. So we're not going to use this. The numbers in between, we're not going to use this. We're going to keep on adding from 90. And after that, you add 90 again, and then add that until you reach 360. This is obvious just for my example. Your wheel spin might have different slices and it might be different. Okay, so we have 4 slices. Blue price, actually, you want to order them. So after red, it'll be orange. So let's actually call this orange price. All right. And for the orange prize will be 1 gem. Like this. Gems. This should match the name. Oops, my bad. Oh, it's not this one, it's this. Gems. And this should match, we're gonna make leader stats for this, so this should match the leader stats name. The prize is gems and amount is 1. Location is gonna be now from 91 to 180. All right, pretty good. And now we continue. So now it's orange, then it's the blue one. So blue one is 35 coins. I'm gonna call this blue price. Location from 181 to 270. All right, now the last one will be the green one, 15 gems. All right, I forgot to put a comma here. Make sure you put a comma. All right, so this should be right. Now this will be 271 to 360. Okay. Looks good, looks good. All right, so now we have all the prizes. Now we can handle the button for the spin. So let's actually make, I don't think we made a variable for this, did we? So local spin button equals main dot spin. All right. Spin. That mouse button, one click connect function. All right. So once we spin, we're gonna choose a random number from 0. Oh, sorry, not from 0 actually, from 1 to 360, and we're gonna see which one, which range does it fall under, and that will be the section, right? But before we do this, we're gonna need to spin the wheel, of course, like literally the GUI. We're gonna spin the GUI, spin the GUI, right? So let's make the variable for the random angle we choose. The local random angle. The math that rad, not rad, sorry, random. 1 to 360. All right. Then we're gonna make another variable for the amount of revolutions we want. So I'm gonna just choose 4. Revolutions is 4. And the end goal we want. So it will be 360 degrees for 1 revolution. So 360 plus 4, then plus the random angle. So this is where the rotation of the wheel will end at, right? So it will end at 4 revolutions and then plus the random angle we choose. So it makes it seem that we're landing on the actual result. If that makes any sense. So now let's create the tween. So tween service create the wheel, then the tween info we made, and then the goal, which is going to be the rotation, where when it equals the spin goal we have. Like this. Let's call this spin goal actually. Doesn't really matter, but all right. Then let's play this. So this will basically spin until we reach our goal. Great. So now we can check the prize. So let's loop through all of these, iterate through all of these prizes. For I, or let's call this prize name, prize info, and pairs prizes do. If prize info dot location, or actually yeah, sorry, let's do, so if rand angle is greater than or equal to price info location dot max, and let's copy this again, and is less than or equal to price location dot min, sorry, no, sorry, switch this up, min, and if it's less than or equal to max, then we found where it belongs, and thus this is the range. right? So we check through all of these. Is the random angle in between these two? Nope. Is it between these two? Nope. Is it between these two? Nope. Is it between these two? Maybe, yes. So we check. So if it falls into any of these ranges, then that will be the prize awarded. Prize 1, then prize name. All right, so we're gonna actually test this out. Let's do a wait 3. So it seems like we have, so it seems like we're waiting until it ends, and then we get awarded. Then it shows which prize we won. All right, let's see if this works. Okay, spin the wheel, spin. All right, there's 1 gem. Prize 1 is the orange prize, so it works. The spin might need a bit of working. Sorry, it's actually, this should be times. My bad. This was supposed to be times because it's 4 revolutions, 4 times 360. My bad. But yeah. All right. So now we know how to detect the prize. So all we need to do now is actually make it award the player. So first, we obviously need some leader stats. So let's go to service script. This is gonna be real quick. It's very self-explanatory, pretty easy. Given the players, that player added connect function. Then make a leader stats folder equals instance.new folder. That name equals leader stats. That parent equals player. Then we'll do a coins value. Instance.new number value. Coins dot name equal coins. Make sure this matches what we've written on here. Coins dot parent equal L, which is the leader stats folder. And then we'll make the same for gems. Oops. Okay. Okay, and make sure this matches as well. And now we have gems and coins. All right. Perfect. So now we have the leader stats. Let's make a remote event, and then we will fire this once the prize is won. So let's go to replicated storage. Let's call this award prize. Down the wait for child award prize, and here as well. Award prize, the on server event connect function, and then we'll do, well, we're gonna pass some stuff here. We're gonna pass the prize and the prize amount, or let's call this prize name. Let's call this currency, honestly. Yeah, let's call this currency. So we'll do, oh yeah, and of course we need the player, of course. So that's the first parameter. So if player dot leader stats, find first child currency, then we'll copy this. We'll do player dot leader stats, contract find child currency dot value plus equals prize amount. So we add the prize amount to the current currency of the player. Pretty self-explanatory. All right. Now let's fire this from the client. Award prize prior server. So we already passed the player. Then we'll do prize info dot prize, I think. Is it prize comma prize info dot. All right, this looks pretty good. So we have coins and gems. Let's spin this. There you go. Now it's better. 100 coins, and we get 100 coins. Okay, I'm gonna, yeah, all right. Sorry for the interruption. Basically, I can actually spin this multiple times. Okay, yeah. So there's one small bug here, and I'll show you how to fix it. But, I mean, it's probably not a big deal because if we're making a daily spin, you're not gonna really spin it more than once in a row. But if you do want to make that a functionality, you need to make sure to recalibrate the wheel. So the wheel that rotation equals 0. And that will just bring it back to the original rotation of the wheel at the start. So yeah. Actually, I think this will be before. Yeah. Or I mean, it doesn't actually matter. You can put it anywhere as long as it's recalibrated like that. So you can do it multiple times if you want to do it, but we're not going to really do that in this tutorial because it's going to be a daily spin. So 35 coins, we have 35 coins. Let's spin this again. Let's see, 1 gem. There you go. 1 gem, blah, blah, blah. All right, so we obviously don't want to do it all the time. We're going to make it the player wait. So we've pretty much done everything besides the daily rewards part. So what I'm going to actually do is use the previous tutorial I made on daily rewards and just implement it to this tutorial. It's going to be real simple. It's mostly copy and pasting. So if you want to know how to actually make daily rewards for your game, check that video out. Otherwise, I'm going to just briefly explain what I did in that tutorial. So this was a daily rewards tutorial that I made. All we really need is the profile service module right here, which is actually from the toolbox, right? And this is the script that I actually wrote. It's mostly a template, but I actually added to it. So we're just gonna need this. So we're gonna copy and paste this, and then we'll paste it into the service script service right here. So just to briefly explain, this is basically a data store system, so you can also implement cache and stuff like that if you want, but that's not what we're going to do in this tutorial. The most important part I need to explain is obviously the can claim value. What this does, it changes to whether or not the player can claim a new daily reward. So if the last time the player claimed a reward is more than 24 hours, then this value will change to true. Otherwise, it'll stay false, and then player can't claim a new reward. They'll still need to wait their time, right? And once this changes, it will reset. It will reset the last time the player claimed a reward. Now, it should be called last login. I don't know why I named it last login. I should have named it last claimed. It would make more sense, but whatever. Basically, this is the last time the player claimed. Let me see. Yeah, the last time the player claimed a reward. So what we're gonna do is once the player claims a reward, we're gonna change this value to false. So the player can't like spend infinite amount of times. The player would have to wait their time. So we're gonna go back here. All right. And then we'll do player that can claim that value equals false. And actually, we probably want to put this inside this if statement. All right. And yeah, actually, we do need to publish this game since we have the profile service. So make sure you publish this. So we're going to call this wheel spin tutorial, and make sure you enable API services for the data store to work. Okay. Let's go to security, API services. We're gonna go back to the local script right here for the, nope, not this one, right here. And so we're gonna have this button, but we'll only let the player spin if they have this can claim value to be true. So if it's false, right, then we can't let the player spin. Pretty self-explanatory. So what we're gonna do is we need a remote function, and this is gonna check whether or not the player can spin the wheel. All right, so let's go back here. Let's go to this one right here, and we'll do can spin. All right, and then we'll do can spin dot on server invoke equal function player return player dot can claim that value. So if this is true, this will let the player spin the wheel. All right. Okay. So before anything, we're gonna check. So I don't think, okay, there we go. Let's make a variable for this again. Can spin, and there you go, can spin. So spin available equals, let's do local spin available equal can spin, then invoke server. All right. If not spin available, then return. But we don't want the player to keep on invoking the server while they click the button. So we probably just want to disable this button if they can't spin. So we'll do spin button visible equals false. Right, because that will if the player can spam invokes the server, then that will put a lot of load on the server. But yeah. So now once we're done, once we award the prize, well, actually, we should break off this for loop once we award the prize. And once we break, we're gonna then turn the button invisible. All right, so the player can't spin anymore. All right, so we're gonna join, as it says, shows us the table. So last login 0, long time 0, so I logged in 2 times. But my can claim value would be true because I never actually claimed the reward, right? Which is basically the wheel spin, right? So this will be true. Now that means I can spin. So let's go on this and spin. See, we got 1 gem. So now the spin button disappears because I already claimed, and I'll have to wait in a whole new day until I can claim again. So pretty self-explanatory. So we're gonna stop and then play again and see if this will still work. So as you can see, I click it and it doesn't spin because I already claimed my reward from the past 24 hours, right? Now, obviously, if it doesn't save these, you just need to look at my data store, my profile service tutorials. It's actually super simple. I'm just not going to cover it this tutorial because I don't want to carry out farther than the scope of this video, which is just focused on the wheel spin. But definitely do look at my profile service tutorials for stats, saving stats, and all of that. It's basically the same exact thing as this template right here. It's all the same thing. Oops, not this one. This is the module, but the template is right here. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Pretty fun tutorial, to be honest. Someone suggested it in the Discord, so if you want any more suggestions, if you want to suggest any new videos, go join my Discord and you can give me suggestions there as well. And if you need any help, that is also very useful. The Discord is pretty good if you want any assistance with scripting. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and subscribe, and leave any suggestions you want in the future. I'll see you guys in the next one.